Welcome back to another episode of Wrestling with Exotics. It's your boy, the Franchise Kid, Franchise Jerry, and I'm here with my guy, Ryan Ochoa. How you doing today, bro?
I am great. I wanted to start off with something. I waited to tell you this until the camera was rolling.
Okay.
When you stopped by earlier to say hi to me, you were like, man, you were one of my favorite characters. Do you remember telling me that?
Yeah, I do.
You were like, you're one of my favorite characters. It's so nice to meet you. And I'm like, man, thank you so much. And then you just walked away. I looked and I was just like, man, I should have told them to DM me on Instagram or something. It was just like, but then I told my dad, I called my dad and I was like, you know what, I just met this guy. And it was really cool because it's those simple encounters that you remember.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway,
Seriously.
I just wanted to say,
I really appreciate
it is so cool that happened. I called my dad, told him that story, and now I'm ending my Vegas Toy Con round 2 for me. This is year 2 for me. Being able to meet you and actually do an interview.
This is really dope.
Cool.
Thank you for your time.
Oh, of course.
And I had walked away because I wanted to interview right then and there, but I wanted to come back better prepared and have some lined up because I honestly didn't expect you to be here.
I had no idea.
You know?
That's really cool.
So I wanted to get professional real quick, and then I also wanted to come back with some funds to make sure I can, add to whatever you got going on.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I wanted to come.
And now the world is excited to be watching.
Right,
So,
right. And I'm hyped to be doing this. So, where are you from?
I'm born and raised in San Diego, California.
Nice.
I grew up there, and then I moved to LA to really pursue acting.
Nice. What are you mixed with by chance? I always wondered, because you don't look like just typical, regular person in America. You look like you're mixed with some other things outside of the country.
I'm just mixed with a bunch of good looks. Just kidding. I guess it's the question of the day because somebody else asked me not even within an hour of when you came back up to me, asked me what my ethnicity is, and I don't really get that question a lot.
Really?
Yeah. But I am a big old mutt. I feel that. My dad is Mexican and Russian Jew that I know.
Okay.
But then my mom, she's gonna be upset with me when she watches this because I should know this, but I know we got some Italian, some Irish from my mom.
I can see the Irish.
Really?
Yeah, I can see the Irish.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I'm Irish.
I love
too,
St. Patrick's Day, so
yeah,
I know I'm Irish.
Me too.
But yeah, I definitely am a lot from my mom's side.
Nice.
Big old mix.
So what was it like growing up in San Diego?
Oh, it was. I miss it. I will tell you that. It was.
I'm a Cali kid myself, so I
really?
know what it's like.
Yeah, I mean, looking back to why we moved out away from San Diego, it's almost super sad because I loved it. And the main reason is there are so many places that we still go to this day. And now for me, it's I wish, not necessarily that we didn't move, but it's almost a reminder of how beautiful San Diego really is.
Oh, yeah.
The places, the food, the beach, the people. I mean, we still go back to family local spots. One off the top of my head is a taco shop called JV's.
Okay.
I actually filmed a movie there recently.
Oh, really?
What's
the name of the movie by chance?
It's called Second Chances.
Nice.
The world is waiting to see it now.
Yeah.
It's coming out soon though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually filmed some scenes at JV's. Well, we filmed the whole movie in San Diego. A lot of the movie in San Diego.
Okay.
But for example, yeah, that just goes to show how welcoming San Diego really is.
Yeah, definitely. What kind of movies did you like growing up or like today?
Transformers.
Transformer guy?
I love, I mean, I'm a writer now myself. I'm a filmmaker, so writing movies. I love good original stories.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm a big Leonardo DiCaprio, moviegoer.
Are you a horror fan at all?
No. That is the only thing I'm not. My older brother, my younger brother Raymond, all horror film. I mean, his Twitch name is the Purge Doctor.
Oh my god.
He loves the Purge. Clearly, but he has a song on our debut album. Me and my brothers do music. Ochoa boys, shout out, love you brothers. Our debut album, R-Type, his song, my brother's solo track on the album is called Puzzled Up, but we wrote the song with basically telling the story of a toxic relationship through horror film references.
Oh, that's really dope.
That's how much of a fan he is. Anyway, that's geared away from your question to me.
No,
I don't like horror films. I love everything. Rom-coms, comedy, but I am definitely I'm an action movie star. Like,
how did you do Mostly Ghostly then, bro? I swear that's like top 3 horror films of all time, and most people don't look at it as a horror film.
It was a horror film when you were 12,
dude. Those ghosts that you guys had on that show,
Fears was crazy,
bro. Like, they burn images in your head. Like, when you close your eyes, you can clearly see it all. And like, I used to be up all night after watching that shit.
That's so funny.
Hell yeah. What was it like doing that?
That movie was such an experience. I actually just told a cool story today about that I got to film the movie on the Universal backlot.
That's dope.
So the city hall where we walk into to go to look for the books, evidence, that city hall is where Doc Brown, though the same building structure, I think, I don't want to like say any false information here, but I'm pretty sure that building, actually the original, burned down.
Okay.
So the new structure is like right in front of the old clock tower where Doc Brown is hanging on.
Wow,
at
that's
the end
super
of Back
dope.
to the Future. That building, the city hall, is where we walk into. So
and they even got the Back to the Future car over
I
there,
know.
right?
I saw it.
That's so dope.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Looked like they got every piece on it too. Like,
yes.
Yeah, they look like they got every little piece that goes to it.
And I saw the DeLorean in Tucson, I believe. No, LA Comic Con.
Really?
LA Comic Con. Yeah, a couple months ago too.
Man, I would love to go.
It's cool, like,
Comic
coming to these
Con.
things and seeing all of that, you know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Classic cars of these movies that you watch when you were a kid, you know.
Right.
And still watch. What am I talking about? I still watch.
Did you used to always want to be an actor?
It's funny you keep asking me questions that are at the top of my head right now. Yes, I only pictured myself being an actor. You know, being in front of the camera growing up. I love WWE. I know we're about to probably talk about that.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And, I loved, you know, like Val Venus coming out in his towel, swinging the towel. I'm already leading our conversation to WWE.
Right.
But those memories and that entertainment, that personality when I was a 5-year-old boy kind of was not necessarily a reminder, but really like a boost for me to say, like, telling my mom and dad, like, I wanted to be on TV like them, you know?
Yeah. And if you could be anything other than an actor, what would you be?
A football player.
Yeah?
Easy.
What position?
Wide receiver.
Right? You got hands like that?
I got hands. Wow. But yes, I really wanted to play football growing up.
That's dope. Did you get to play at all in San Diego before acting?
No, never played. We moved to LA and I played baseball 1 year.
Okay.
My team went undefeated and won the championship.
Hell yeah.
When I got to high school, I really wanted to play. That was really my deciding turning point in my career, whether I was going to play high school ball or pursue the acting career. And I knew that if I stopped acting or stopped, you know, really going to auditions and pursuing that my chances of really making it in Hollywood were slim.
Okay.
But the one thing I told myself was, I can play football in a movie, I can play sports in a movie. My first feature film was The Perfect Game. I played the catcher on a baseball team.
That's
Mostly Ghostly, I played soccer.
Yeah, you're a soccer star in that movie.
Soccer star in that movie. That was all me, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I had a soccer stunt guy doing like the cool, crazy tricks. Little sneak peek for you right there.
Yeah.
But the only thing I haven't done is play football in a movie. But get this.
Okay.
Last month, Super Bowl 58. Leading up to Super Bowl 58, I got to play in the Celebrity Sweat flag football game with RG3.
Yeah.
And
that's my guy.
RG3. You look like kind of.
I got that.
You have the dreads. You have the RG3 dreads.
You know.
He's awesome, by the way.
Yeah,
and
no,
I got to be on
cool.
RG3's team, and I really got to live my dream as a football player.
Hell yeah.
I was on literally YouTube. They're calling my name, touchdown pass to Ryan Ochoa, and I'm like, it gives me chills just thinking about it. Like catching those touchdowns from Doug.
Hearing your name on the big.
Oh my gosh! Like I felt like I was Devontae Adams. Literally, I felt like I was Devontae Adams.
I love that, man.
Devontae, you're the man.
Yes, sir.
I'm a diehard Raider fan, so.
Heard that. So, what was it like working on iCarly? Like, you got to be that little badass kid that just raised hell. Which was also one of my favorite characters on that show.
Oh, I
used to love every episode Chuck is involved. Because you know, Chuck is about to stress somebody out.
Well, somebody, you mean Spencer?
Yeah.
The fact you actually said my favorite, and you said Chuck, it's cool. That means that you actually know.
Yeah.
I had so much fun, man. Talking about my experiences and really being able to now look back. Like, the truth is, even doing these podcast interviews, I say it all the time on any interview that I do, or podcast interviews, online interviews, you know, conventions like this. Social media wasn't really a big thing when we were on iCarly. Yeah, like you went on iCarly.com and you got to watch the web series and stuff.
That was like the first beginning of social media type of deal. You guys kind of laid out the format for it.
But really, like, when I got Pair of Kings, which was after iCarly, Twitter just launched.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's why, I mean, I have, like, I think almost 200,000 on Twitter, but that was from people that I met when, I mean, I don't tweet anymore, or on X, my bad, my X. Shout out to X.
Right.
But, yeah, that's how long ago this was. It was called Twitter at the time, and Twitter was just launching.
Okay.
But now, for me, I get to look back and really tell stories and look back on such pivotal years of my life that really defined my future, you know, and gave me a platform to really, all of that, all those experiences and the people that I met really helped shape what I wanted to kind of turn my life into, which is use that platform and those memories and the shows to really go back and inspire young kids that not just have a dream to be an actor, but have a dream to do anything in their life.
Right, I like that, man.
Because I was literally a 12-year-old kid on the biggest show in the world for kids, iCarly, and millions of viewers, and now I get to look back and say, this is why it matters, you know, because I was a little boy with a dream. It didn't matter what it was. If you're a kid out there that have a dream, or you feel that something is untouchable, nothing is untouchable, because I'm here to tell you that I just wanted to be on TV. I wanted to be able to do what I love, and that's entertain and be funny and be able to play a character that I'm not, obviously.
Right.
I'm not this evil kid.
Right.
But that is what acting is, and that's what you get to put yourself in these, you know, these fun roles and these funny moments. I get to flip, you know, grown men over my shoulder onto tables and slap them around. You know, like
that have big ass water guns and just cause hell with them.
Like that was for me as a little kid. Like looking back, like I got to live my dream of doing what I love and saying like, Mom, I want to do that. You know, I looked at these wrestlers, The Rock. You know, my name is Kane. You know, like that's like a line I'll never forget. Like these people were icons.
Yeah, literally.
Watching movies and seeing Jim Carrey and Dumb and Dumber. Like,
I love Jim Carrey.
And then I get to be in a movie with him and do a one-on-one scene with him. Like, this is my way now to tell people out there, young adolescents, adults, that you can really do anything you set your mind to.
No, seriously.
But you have to believe.
Yeah.
You have to believe it is possible.
That is right,
you know?
man.
Like I did.
Yeah.
And that's why my quote is dream, wish, believe. You have a dream, you wish it, and you believe that it will happen, there's no reason it won't.
That's super inspirational, man.
You know? That's who I am now. That's why I wanted to do the interview with you.
I really appreciate that again for your time. Like, the answers you give me, energy, I really appreciate it, man. Seriously.
Man, of course.
So, how do you prepare for a show?
Like any show?
Any
or like
show.
A TV show or a movie?
Yeah.
That's a good question, but I'm going to answer this on the music side.
Okay.
Because I think it's easier to answer on the music side. Me and
All
my
right, go
brothers,
for it.
we always say, we've performed. I think we're about to reach, if we haven't reached, over 400 performances live, private parties, you know, events, concerts, all of, you know, tours, all of that. Even on my last show that I remembered, it was at a birthday party we did.
Okay.
Being backstage, and you know they're about to call your name, you're about to go rock it for 1 hour on stage, kind of like being on camera. You're about to go say your lines and be a character and perform for a live audience.
Right.
That feeling it gives me goosebumps still.
Yeah. I could only imagine, man.
I still get nervous.
I was just about to ask.
That is why you go leading to your answer. I still get nervous.
Okay.
But I channel those nerves to energy.
Nice.
That is my brothers and I's secret ingredient. We channel the nerves to energy.
You know what? I can relate to that so much because I skateboard outside of this, and like sometimes, you know, you'll be real nervous to do a trick or skate an obstacle, but you have to like hype yourself up and then internalize that anxiety into positive energy, so that way you can just focus on being great.
Because you know what? I feel that if you don't get nervous, you're not in your element.
Right.
You're not doing what you love. The fact that I still get nervous, like even coming to this Toy Con, like I get nervous on like, who am I going to meet? Am I going to meet somebody that's like a subscriber of mine on Instagram, or am I going to meet someone that says, I just flew across, you know, the country, I drove in to see you or to meet you today? Like, I hear so many insane stories.
You ever get any crazy fans?
Like, oh my God, it's fucking Ryan! Yo, of course. I thought you were going to say crazy, like, you know, I don't think of it like that. Like, I think of it like, and everyone knows I don't use the word fans. If you support me, you're a Ryanator. A Ryanator is different.
I like
a Ryanator hits different to me. Like, if you support me, you're part of the Ryanator family, because I truly have believed this in my heart.
Okay.
That if you support me, that goes deeper than a fan.
Yeah.
Because that means you're out there watching my shows, you're watching my TikTok lives, you pay monthly to subscribe to me on Instagram to see my exclusive content,
right,
to join, to win a Zoom call with me, to have a one-on-one call with me, to really have this experience.
Right.
You know? This is what, like, people, like, wait to, you know, on my Zoom calls, like, I talk to them for hours and hours. Anyway, going off of that, that's more than just a fan. Yeah. That's a real loyal supporter.
Right,
if you're
man.
buying tickets to come and see me and my brothers invade, you know, wherever we are, right, driving, like we just had a whole entire family drive from San Diego to Tucson, Arizona to see our first headlining concert.
Yeah, man, you're inspirational, and at the same time, you know, a lot of people grew up with you. So like it's easy for you to resonate with us, and for us to still want to.
I'm not an adult, you know, looking down of saying, oh yeah, when I was your age. It's like, no, right, you and I literally watched the show.
Right.
I was the biggest fan of Pair of Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. Mm-hmm. I was the biggest fan of the show. That they knew that I wanted to be done with my schooling / work at 4:30, so I could be home by 5 o'clock to watch the new episode air on Monday night.
Right, I feel that. I know how that is.
So I can actually talk to, you know, men. We're men now. Talk to men my age, you know, women my age, and say, I get it. You know, I get why you loved the show, because I loved the show too, you know.
They got a train in here?
I know, that's what I heard.
Damn,
we got trains featuring in my interview.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, how good would you say?
But what would you say the hardest thing about being an actor is?
The hardest thing?
Yeah.
I would say that I think I've said this in the past in an interview or somewhere. The rejection.
Yeah. The
rejection is tough. But you know what? There's rejection with anything you do.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what you do.
And there's endless jobs.
You know, Dwayne Johnson's one of my biggest inspirations. He knows that. Shout out to you, DJ. Mm-hmm. He always talks about the UFL now, but with football players. You know, not making it to the NFL.
Yeah.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson got rejected to be an NFL. He said Warren Sapp took his place. If Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson can get rejected and still rise up and change his path, there's no reason anybody else out there can't do the same.
That is
so
facts.
For me, anytime I don't book a job, anytime I'm in the running for a job and I don't get it, that's just another no towards the next yes.
Yes.
One less no, headed to the next yes.
Yeah, I like that, man. That's facts. That is a fact. Now, for me, I'm aspiring to be an actor. I really want to do it because now I feel like I'm out of my shell and I can actually be myself on camera. You know,
I can see it.
It takes a little time to get there, but you know, once you're there, you got it. But one thing that I struggle with is remembering lines. What advice would you give to someone that can't remember their lines?
I've never had to ask this or answer this.
Yeah, man, because I've been asking around and I get, you know, a couple good answers. Like, I've heard, like, sing your lines before.
Yes.
Like, you know, but at the same time, I'm not in a musical, so it's like...
Yeah, that's true.
It's hard to give the same energy when you're acting and trying to sing it, you know?
Yes, yeah, you know, I get you. I feel like it's like a muscle that you have to constantly work at.
Okay.
You know?
Do you think reading repetition works a lot?
Yes,
okay.
Yes. But I feel like I feel like it's something that you have to practice.
Yeah.
It's, for me, it kind of is a little easier for me. I almost, like you hear some people say, I have a photographic memory. I wouldn't say I do, but sometimes I can envision the words on the page while I'm saying it, not even looking at it, you know? Yeah. So maybe, but I feel like you have to kind of find your niche. Like right. where it works for you. Because I don't think that's something that people have. I've stood in the past like, oh, I have a horrible memory, I can't memorize lines. No, you're just saying that. I feel like anybody can. You just have to work at it.
Yeah.
Practice with anything.
Yeah.
You have to practice with anything you do.
Yeah, that's
any
right.
sport, any job. You have to train for, train for a job, you know what I mean, of whatever you got to do.
How long would you say it takes you to remember a script? Because, man, I know you be getting them shits that are like...
Yeah, I know. Mostly ghostly, I remember, whew.
Like, man.
The Samuel Project?
Yeah.
When I did that film.
And they're not just giving you two lines.
Oh, I had one monologue that was almost the entire page.
Jesus Christ, man.
That's it's insane. But again, it wasn't just blah, 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 looking at the line. Okay, I know it. No, it's reading repetition for me. You know what I mean?
And then do you just read it, or do you try to act as you're reading it?
No.
No.
Are you trying to get my tricks?
Yeah, honestly, man, I'm trying to be where you at, man.
Oh, stop.
I gotta learn from the best himself. So, what do you do for fun outside of acting?
I just love socializing, man. I love hanging out with friends. I love bringing people together.
Yeah,
that is the biggest thing. I love hanging out with people. Me and my brothers are best friends. We love hanging out too, you know. But aside from that, I also love creating. I like to say the fun stuff when I'm not doing. I like to also create. I love to post on TikTok. I love to go live on TikTok. You know, I love just like kind of this. Yeah. You know, I love interaction. I'm not a person that likes to sit in his room and just look at the wall. You know, no, I'm not like that. I like to be out. I like to hang with my family. I like to take my parents to dinner.
Yeah, I can tell you're really outgoing, man. I really, again, I appreciate the energy and the time.
Oh, of course.
That, you know, it's one thing to accept doing one of these and you just be like, yeah, I'm just, blah, blah. Or I'm just, you're kind of rushing me and blah, but you're like really taking the time out to holler at me and I really appreciate that.
Oh, man, of course. Okay.
So let's talk about the wrestling side. How did you get into wrestling?
My uncle was a big wrestling fan. It still is.
That's dope. I typically hear fathership roles like uncle or dad.
It's a generational passion, love in my family. My uncle my dad was always at my grandma's house. My uncle was always watching it. My dad, I don't know anything else except WWE, you know?
Yeah. So that's the only promotion that you actually will watch, or actually watch in general?
Yeah.
That's what's up. No, there's no problem with that.
Are you saying like AEW?
Yeah.
No, I mean I like it and say like if I see it on TV I'll watch it, but I'm a WWE.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you, man. I'm a WWE guy, but for my job and because I'm just that extra wrestling
you have to
fan,
know it all.
I know it all. Yeah. So, who would you say your favorite wrestler of all time is?
The Rock.
And why?
The Rock and Brock Lesnar.
Hey, you can't go wrong with either or.
The Rock and Brock, man.
Yeah.
Like I'll just say when we used to. Well, I was about to say when I play, I still do. But when we play like the WWE 2K games,
I just got the new 24 yesterday.
Nice. I love SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
That was a classic.
Brock Lesnar was on the cover.
Mhm.
Wow. That's wow.
Yeah.
I'm always Brock and The Rock.
Okay.
Either or.
That's what's up, man. You can't go wrong with either one of those.
But we all gotta love Stone Cold Steve Austin too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I loved him as like the hype man, obviously the showman, messing with Vince.
Yeah.
But as a wrestler, I love Brock. I loved the F5.
Yeah. Hey, the F5 is cold.
Just such a cool.
I hate when Brock Lesnar started getting lazy and like he'll do the F5 and just let you fly off his shoulders.
Yeah,
you know? I like when he like actually holds your head around.
You see them fly like an airplane.
Yeah,
and then fall.
And then he slams you down on your face. Like that's what's up.
Yeah,
I love
that's
that.
How
you do it.
Yeah, just too, and you see their feet fly like a.
It's like it's going down.
But nothing like the Rock's. People's elbow.
Oh, the People's Elbow. Did you watch Mania yesterday?
Of course I did. I was about to say, are we allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, no, we were definitely allowed to talk about
WrestleMania. Oh, man, when he just up and he just goes, oh, God.
This is for you, Mama Rhodes. I love that shit.
Oh, my God. It was, that main event was top of the line.
Yeah.
That was top tier. Like, it felt like I was watching old school wrestling.
Yeah.
Rockin' Reigns, Rollins going out to the crowd, fighting in the crowd, Cody and Reigns up on the stage.
And then you got the Rock telling the ref not to do his job.
Yeah, he's like, you do this or you're fired. Like,
right.
I just felt like I literally felt like a little kid. There's a story, I posted it, my mom recorded it, but I reposted it. I'm like, when Reigns speared the Rock, we were like, oh my gosh, this is a turning point. It's a turning point right there. And then we're like, it's over. Then the pedigree, then they kicked out.
The pedigree was crazy.
Oh my, and then they kicked out. Dude, I literally jumped up and yes. I probably looked like a little 15-year-old kid again.
Did you think that The Rock was originally going to win that match? Because I didn't. I thought Seth and Cody were actually going to win.
Oh no, I mean,
because somebody's got to lose tomorrow.
Tonight.
Or tonight. Tomorrow being tonight.
Tonight.
Yeah, so
tonight is night 2, just so you guys know.
Right. So who do you think is going to be winning tonight then?
Oh man, I won't give my what I thought, but I felt like they were going to win last night, and then somehow the bloodline was going to turn on each other tonight.
Okay.
And Reigns is going to lose.
Really?
I'll just tell you. Now I told you. I think that's what. But something is telling me that Reigns is going to retain it.
Oh, yeah. Especially if you just seen the doc that he came out with, bro. He wasn't bullshitting. And they don't put together that kind of doc if you're not going to retain. Like, he was basically telling you, like, look, the moment I put this down, I'm quitting. And it don't look like he's quitting anytime soon.
You think? Really? You think?
I don't think he's going to lose that belt until SummerSlam. Because he's got to pass Hulk Hogan in the... longest reign rings.
The longest reign, I know. Yeah. That's what I'm like. But I'm like,
he's almost there too. Is
that big of a reign though? Like,
yeah. And then this is also something that some popular people hear from me is I don't feel like Cody's got enough credit yet. Because you look at the guys that Roman Reigns has gone against, like Bobby Lashley, John Cena, Kevin Owens, Brock Lesnar, you name it. Cody Rhodes isn't as decorated as them. Undertaker, so like imagine Cody Rhodes coming from AEW and then just dethroning somebody who's been holding the championship and defeating names that are more decorated than him, you know?
I know, but 2 back-to-back Mania main events for Cody though?
Yeah, man.
Like
You can't be too upset. You know the paycheck is gonna be nice though. The paycheck gonna be nice.
Yeah, but you know, paycheck or not, like for us, you and I, we're fans.
Right.
You know, we don't care about the paycheck or how much. We care about the story.
Right.
We care about the entertainment. That's what we care about. Who cares about who's making what? I don't care about that. Cars.
Oh, we got cars. Sorry, y'all. It's getting a little loud in here. Okay, cool.
Good.
All right, so we back. Have you ever considered wrestling?
No.
No?
No. I've done one show for a friend for like a local WWE, like I don't know what they call it, like
one of those premium live events, like that.
Yeah,
you do?
Kind of like how they had here, Future Stars of Wrestling.
Yeah.
My dad's friend has one called FCW.
Nice.
Shout out. And I like hosted one night.
Is that in Florida?
It's in San Diego.
San Diego, okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
So if you were to be a wrestler, though, what would your nickname be?
That is a good question. The Rhino.
The Rhino?
The Rhino.
And why would it be called the Rhino?
Well, it's kind of like my name. It was my nickname in baseball that I got.
Okay.
The Rhino. It's actually a little like Easter egg on all my Instagram posts.
Nice.
I have the Rhino animal at the bottom, and it basically because it's like my nickname, Rhino. It's like it's like my stamp, but it's because Ryan Ochoa, Ryan O.
Nice.
Ryan O.
Yes, I get it. With that being said,
shout out to Miss Mullen.
Right. Shout out Miss Mullen.
Miss Mullen gave me that.
What would be the Rhino's finisher?
Well, I guess you got to go to the. Wait, there was Rhino. Rhino was a.
Oh yeah.
And it was the
spear. The ECW Rhino.
He
That's
was
my
awesome.
dog.
And it was the spear. So.
Yeah. You going with the spear?
Yeah, I got to go with the spear. and Goldberg. Gosh, The Rock was just so the people.
Goldberg was one of my guys. He gets a lot of criticism, but he was always been one of my favorites.
Oh, I wish he would have kept the undefeated streak forever.
Yeah, me too, man. So last but not least, well, I should say, wrapping up, what's some advice that you would give to someone that's just starting their acting career?
Just starting their acting career, I would say, well, definitely you gotta practice. You know what I mean? It's not gonna happen overnight.
Yeah.
That is probably my biggest advice. There is definitely some stories where you hear, some overnight sensations.
Yeah.
Again, I only speak on experiences, and it didn't happen overnight for me. It's not gonna happen overnight. Keep pounding the pavement. Keep working hard. Keep your head up. And like I said, we talked about earlier with rejection. Don't let the rejection get to you. If you do, it's never going to work.
Yeah, that's right, man. And to get out your hair, is there any upcoming events, projects, shows, movies that you would like to promote at this time?
I will say this. I have a film coming out soon, like we talked about, Second Chances. It's coming out probably later this year.
Okay.
And but the one coming next, the next thing coming out is me and my brothers are about to drop a new single called Therapy.
Nice.
Can't give the release date yet because it hasn't been released, but it's coming out in the next couple weeks.
Okay.
And it's actually the theme song to Second Chances.
Wow, that's
so
dope.
When you guys see Second Chances and you hear this song, when you hear Therapy, you'll know why it's the theme song for the film.
But
get ready because it's awesome. It's definitely my favorite song.
I can't wait to hear it myself. I really appreciate your time again, man. The energy, the love. I got so much respect for you and everything that you do, continue to do. Again, very inspirational. I'm trying to be an actor, so I had to pick your brain a little bit.
You got it, man. You got it.
Yeah, man, and that's going to wrap up our show. I appreciate everybody out there watching.
And dream, wish, believe.
Yes.
My quote, one crazy rai and...
Franchise Jerry.
Franchise Jerry. I was like, and franchise kid.
Yep, the franchise
Why is
kid.
there two?
Because I'm the face that runs the place, the champ that runs the camp, the guy, the chosen one.
Wow, Franchise Jerry.
I film, act, skate, direct, act, you name it. Dance. Yeah, interview. I'm doing my Shannon Sharp impression right now.
Franchise Jerry and one crazy rai out.
Peace.